Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you guys are all doing well. I am going to take a quick second just to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Pisces out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Remember, the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating for you, Pisces, you get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Pisces? All right. Energy's coming out pretty rapidly, which is a good sign. All right. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Hangman in the reverse. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. So something you've been planning for a long time is coming through here. The wait is over. I do feel like this is a very emotional experience for you. I feel like you are being surrounded and supported by either close friends or family. But yeah, this is some sort of good news is coming in, and it looks like some kind of a beginning of some sort. So it's something you've been waiting for a while though. And it does look like it is grounded in reality. It's grounded in a very 3D kind of way. I'm seeing stuff about loyalty. I'm seeing stuff about coming together. So let's see who's in your energy, Pisces. Show me who is in Pisces energy. All right, the person in your energy, we have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the Empress in reversed. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus. And then we have the Chariot in reverse. Sign of Cancer. So I will say that the person you're dealing with doesn't have as high an energy as you do. This is somebody who is kind of a little bit in a poverty mindset. They could be, very worried about money, or worried about lack, not having enough. And this is causing them to kind of put the brakes on a little bit. I'm also going to let you know that this person, whatever this is, it has to do with a karmic lesson or a karmic cycle that this person goes through. You might find that they have pulled back a little bit. They're not quite as nurturing. They're not talking as much. And it's because they have a lack of clarity in the situation. And it's causing them to kind of like grind to a halt. There's some stuck energy here that needs to be worked out. So let me see. Show me the energy between Pisces and this person. Show me the energy between Pisces and this person. Yes. All right, Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So this has to do with the reconciliation. In the past, both of you felt very left out in the cold, very isolated. I'm seeing the imagery that I'm receiving is of a heart with ice around it. So yeah, this is a reconciliation. Let me see. And you've waited for this for a long time. So let me see what is affecting this. Yeah, the Death card in reverse. Now, in this particular card, it not only indicates that, there may have been an ending here between the two of you, but this is a transformation as well. Finding it in the reverse tells me that there could be some blockages that's going on with regard to this reconciliation. And it looks like a lot of it is stemming from the person that you're involved with, Pisces. It looks as if they have a poverty mindset, a feeling as if things are not going to be enough in some capacity. Because I can see that even though there was an ending here, neither of you had moved on emotionally from each other. You were still emotionally tied. That's the first thing. But this is also indicating burning up the past in order to move into this new beginning, into a transformation. And I feel like somebody here is resisting that. And I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it is the person in your energy because they have some kind of a karmic lesson to learn or a karmic cycle that they're finding themselves stuck in. Let me see the outcome. I'm not saying it's not going to come about. I'm saying that they could be resisting it. And we'll have to clarify the reading to find out why. Show me the outcome. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Magician. You're manifesting the heck out of this. But again, I'm seeing them kind of holding back, being a little bit uncooperative about moving forward. Why? Well, because, you know, we're going to clarify it, but it does appear it has something to do with poverty. Could be financial stress. It could just be this underlying energy of not having enough. But I feel like you're manifesting the heck out of it. I also like that you are surrounded by either close friends or family. You feel very supported, so that's nice. Now, bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. This is underlying energy, and what it's indicating to me is that there is an intense focus on things that have happened here in the past, so much so that you know, this person could be losing, because I don't feel like that's your energy. It's an energy of inaction. It's an energy of dwelling on the past, an energy of somebody focusing so much on what was or what, you know, happened in the past that they have literally gone into overanalysis. You know, what is it they call that? Overanalysis paralysis. And they're missing sight of the love that is here, this new beginning. So they could just be bogged down in this energy, and it's underlying everything. So let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Page of Wands here for Pisces? All right, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Wands. So yeah, you're wanting to move forward into this. You're willing to move slowly, and I do see that the progress has been slower than what you would like. With the Ten of Wands, there's a lot of problems that have to be resolved in order for this reconciliation to come through. So you could be feeling a little bit overwhelmed that it's taking as long as it is. Because I feel like in your mind, Pisces, it's like, okay, I have this idea, I have this spark, I've gotten this good news, and now this should be progressing rapidly because that's fire energy, but there's problems with it moving as quickly as you want it to. Let me see the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, and it's compounded, it looks like, Pisces, because you have been waiting a long time. Show me the Hangman in reverse. Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse, and we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you may have walked away from someone else as well, because it looks like you had a choice between two people here. And you walked away from someone else in order to have this reconciliation. So I also feel like you've been waiting for this to come back together ever since either you or the other person walked away. I see the ending here. You're dealing with a soulmate, and I do feel that you feel that this person was, you know, guided to you, or that you were led to this person. It could be a spiritual connection, but ever since one of you walked away from the connection, and it looks like it was you, Pisces, but ever since then, you've been waiting for this to come back together. But in order to do so, this transformation has to take place. So let me see the Ten of Pentacles. Show me the Ten of Pentacles. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Three of Wands. That's more waiting. More waiting, but you're manifesting while you're waiting. It does create a little bit of imbalance in your energy, though. Like I said, for some of you, finances could be affecting this. So you may have to wait, because you could be having to either together or individually, there could be something to do with finances being a little bit out of balance that's affecting this and causing you to wait. That being said, you're manifesting the money. You're definitely manifesting a long-term connection. But it's like Spirit is saying you're going to have to wait. And I can see you're tired of waiting. Yeah, let me see. Some of you could be thinking, well, maybe it's not coming together, so maybe I need to walk away from this. Let me see their energy. Show me the Ace of Swords in reverse. Show me the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords reversed, and we have the King of Swords reversed. Yeah, this person is definitely closed down with regard to communication. They don't want to argue. They're not revealing a lot or giving you the clarity because they're afraid it's going to lead to arguments. And I feel like in the past there has been some really bad arguments between the two of you. But this person, there's some things here this person could even be angry about, but they don't want to fight. They don't want to argue. And so I feel like they're kind of withdrawing. They're kind of pulling back a little bit. There's a heck of a lot they're not saying. Let me see the Empress in reverse. This person could have some self-esteem issues as well. This could be calling on them in order to create this transformation. They may need to kind of look at some core issues like their value, their self-esteem. And that might be very uncomfortable for them. Yeah, Two of Cups, it's not because they don't love you. And they see that you're a soulmate as well. And then the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so they want this just as badly as you do. But there's something that is causing them to be in this poverty mindset. It looks very internal. The problem with that, Pisces, is that then it creates a situation where you're both wanting the same thing. You want this new beginning. But the problem is that it's not, how do I word this properly? It's not, the situation's not transforming because this person could be resisting transformation of their own. And what they're doing is clamming up. They're not talking. They're not giving you clarity. They don't have clarity themselves. They're just kind of shutting down a little bit. But I do feel that this person wants this beginning with you, a very stable new beginning. They could be also waiting for finances. There could be, like I said, I'm seeing something about financial stress. So they could be waiting for a sum of money to come in, at which point then they will immediately act on this. You might be dealing with I'm seeing very strong Gemini. There's Libra, Aquarius energy here. Let me see the Chariot in reverse. Okay, so we have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Swords, and I don't know why I said that. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. That speaks to a sense of powerlessness. This person is afraid that things are not going to work out between the two of you. And I definitely feel that this person is avoiding fighting with you at all cost. Now, I'm also seeing that there was a very painful ending that took place. This person could have felt betrayed, possibly because you had a choice between them and someone else. And maybe when this ended, you moved towards someone else. Take it only if it resonates for you. But there's something in this person's energy that's causing them to pull back. And they went through a deep sense of loss here. And they have a sense of betrayal. And it's still stuck in their energy. So they could be afraid that this is not going to work out. That, if they really open up to you and talk about how they feel about this ending, about what occurred in the past, that it's going to cause a fight. And if there's a fight, it's going to cause you to leave. Because they're feeling powerless about it. And they're doing everything they can not to have any kind of fight with you. But they're ruminating. Is the word I'm looking for. They're ruminating over the past. So let me see the energy between. Show me the energy between Pisces and this person, please. All right. Yeah, there it is again. Knight of Swords reversed. They absolutely are clamming up. Four of Wands reverse. You may have been married to this person or in a long-term connection, and the Four of Cups in the upright. Yeah, so again, I'm getting that same message that there's a lot this person wants to talk about, but they don't feel safe talking. It has to do with the ending. There was some instability here that ended this connection. And I do feel that you're feeling this, intuitively you're feeling this. You're thinking about it as well, but the difference is that you see the potential of where this can go, and they're still stuck thinking about what occurred in the past. You're trying to move beyond the past, and they can't. It's stuck in their energy, and it has to do with the pain of the ending and or a betrayal. Now, in the present tense, you both want the same thing. You both want to move forward. But I feel like this person is just keeping a lot inside. Let me see why the Death card is in the reverse. Show me what's affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting the connection, please. The World and the Four of Coins. All right, so yeah, you were, even if you had to walk away from this connection at some point, you never got over this person. They never got over you. You were always holding on to them. You could be a little defensive about your past decisions. You could be a little bit defensive about that. You could be a little bit defensive about why you exited this situation, why things ended. But I do feel like you've always been holding on to this person. You never forgot them. You never fell out of love with them. And with the World card, what's affecting the situation is that this person has to be able to close out this karmic cycle, and they're holding on to it. I feel like if this person would just take the risk to come to you, to talk to you about their feelings, to talk about, feelings of past betrayal, to talk about everything that they're holding back up here, that would be what it takes to kind of end that cycle, so that the two of you could move forward into something that is very firm, very stable, because they want it, you want it, but they're afraid that it's going to cause an argument. They're afraid that it's going to cause, if there's an argument, you will walk away from them. So this transformation is not coming through just yet, and it's rooted in fear. Let me see the outcome for Pisces. Show me the outcome for Pisces. This is somebody who may be very avoidant of arguments. They could also be somebody that has, self-esteem issues. They're definitely fear-based. All right, we have the Five of Wands reversed. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. And we have the Four of Swords reversed along with the Nine of Cups. You both want to talk it out. Yeah, so there's definitely things here that have not been discussed, have not been talked about, that needs healing. So that healing is what's going to bring about the transformation. That transformation then brings about the reconciliation. You both see each other as your wish fulfillment. That is not and you both have love for each other. That's not even in question. However, how to get there is a difficult issue. You're dealing with somebody who's very avoidant when it comes to expressing themselves. They could fear that you're going to walk away. So I do feel that this person in your energy is going to reveal this. They've been keeping a lot of stuff to themselves. I feel like they are going to reveal this, but that's going to cause you to feel that they are being uncooperative. They're going to tell you, I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't want to fight with you, but I don't know if it's going to work out because, I am still not past what took place here in the past. I've been thinking about it and thinking about it. And you're going to be like, well, why didn't you tell me? Why haven't you opened up about this? Because honestly, you're moving forward, right? You're in a very different place than they are, but on the same road, okay? So I do feel that they're going to open up and reveal a lot of stuff that they've been hiding from you. Your response, you're going to feel like they're just trying to make you wait longer. Yeah, you're going to feel as if you've been out here manifesting this. You've been focusing on bringing this back together. You've been focusing on that cup of love. And now they're causing you to wait again. And you don't really want to wait. So I do see it's going to cause some conflict here. However, I also see you're still manifesting this person and you're still manifesting this reconciliation. But they're slowing it down because of, it really does come down to fear and a poverty mindset. And that does have to be dealt with. You know, you have to be able to work with what's going on with this person emotionally as well in order for it to stick, you know. If not, it's going to come up later, and it's better that it comes up now versus later. So it may create some conflict though. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups in the reverse. That's underlying energy. And that, my friend, is clarity. Clarity out of confusion. So the confusion is here because you may not understand why this person is clamming up and pulling back, slowing everything down. And they may not understand that you really want this as well. You're not trying to walk away from them. And that, you know, if they can open up and express themselves, that it doesn't have to be a fight, okay? It doesn't have to be, but you both have to come to the table, and you both have to agree on what's important, and you both have to be able to come to a compromise. So the confusion is going to clear up, though. I will tell you that. So let me see if there's any advice for you from the Oracle cards, Pisces. All right, so you have Gentle Gardener. It's number 2. It is in the reverse. So I am going to read it in the reverse. All right, give me just a second. All right, it's in the reverse. It says, do you harbor resentments? How often do you reinforce negativity by affirming lack and limitation? Every time you send out a desire for something but secretly harbor a belief that you're undeserving of it, you plant weeds in the field of your dreams. When the Gentle Gardener appears in the reverse position, she reminds you to be aware of any negative thoughts or selfish motives. She encourages you to step back and pay close attention to what thought seeds you send out into the world. Weeds choke the life out of your beautiful garden. No need to fret, because once you recognize this, you can always remove a bad seed and replace it with a healthy one. Forgiveness is your most powerful and restorative tool. Wow, that really sounds like it's advice more for the cross watcher, unless you find that you have your positions here have switched. But that directly applies to what is holding this up and holding up this transformation. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you, Pisces. If you have resonated with this, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, know that you are love, and namaste.